Dear student, today we shall discuss chronic myeloid leukemia, that is known as CML. So in the previous class we have already discussed acute form of leukemia in the form of AML, acute myeloid leukemia, and ALL, that is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Now let us try to define CML. CML actually it is a myeloproliferative disorder characterized by malignant proliferation of hemopoietic stem cell of myeloid series. So the result will be what? Due to the malignant proliferation of the cells, large number of the cells of different stage of myeloid series will be formed, and these cells mature in the form of adult cell, and certainly the total count of the cell in the blood will be increased. So large number of the cells of different stages of myeloid series will be present in the blood as well as in the bone marrow. In this condition, the major cells of myeloid series will be in the form of promyelocyte, myelocytes, and metamyelocytes, and the mature cells in the form of leukocyte will be present in large number. The myeloblast percentage will be low because there is no arrest of maturation. All the malignant proliferated cell undergo maturation, differentiation. So there will be very few myeloblasts will be seen here in contrast to AML, where the myeloblast cell was dominant. Why it was dominant? I think all of you know, because of arrest of maturation after myeloblastic stage. But here there is no arrest. All cell, malignant proliferated cell from the myeloid stem cell, they undergo maturation, and so the total count of the cell will be very increased in both blood as well as they are present or infiltrated in the bone marrow. So in this way, the different type of manifestation will be start due to the large number of the cells of myeloid series. So far the etiopathogenesis is concerned, the most important fact about the CML is that although the exact etiology is still unknown, the biological agent, the chemical agent, drugs, physical agent, they may play the role in the development of disease CML. But the most accepted and most important fact regarding CML for their etiopathogenesis is that they are it is best explained on the basis of cytogenetic study and molecular basis. In this study, it has been seen that 90% of the CML cases are associated with the presence of an abnormal chromosome known as Philadelphia chromosome. This Philadelphia chromosome is nothing but it is a abnormal chromosome having reciprocal translocation between chromosome number 22 and 9. Some part of the long arm of chromosome number 9 is abnormally translocated, reciprocal translocated to the some part of the long arm of chromosome number 22. So there is a abnormal reciprocal translocation is going to happen between two chromosome 22 and 9. In this sequence, a proto-oncogene called ABL oncogene that is present on the chromosome number 9, it is abnormally translocated and bounded with the and a specific site in the chromosome number 22 that is known as BCR. What is known as? It is known as BCR, breakpoint cluster region. So, in the process of abnormal translocation, there is a formation of a fusion gene in the form of BCR-ABL. That is, again I repeat, BCR-ABL1 gene, that is a fusion gene. It is formed due to the abnormal translocation between two chromosomes. So this abnormal gene causes synthesis of abnormal protein and also causes enhancement of the action of an enzyme that is known as tyrosine kinase. And this tyrosine kinase is responsible for the malignant transformation in the hematopoietic stem cell of myeloid series, and that malignant proliferation is going to happen, and they causes production of large number of the cells of myeloid series in the form of myelocyte, metamyelocytes, leukocytes. They are going to form in the large number in the bone marrow, and they enter into the circulation in the blood, and from the blood they passes through the different organ, infiltrated through the different iris, reticuloendothelial tissue, especially spleen, and they causes their enlargement, and all these cells again enters into the bone marrow, and here it causes failure or suppression of the bone marrow function, and that may create a lot of presentation. So in this way the disease is going to develop. Besides this, some of the structural changes in the tumor suppressor gene like P53 RB gene, and some of structural changes in the oncogene like RAS gene, they may also play a role in the acceleration of the CML. So CML, in this way the CML is going to develop, and this is the best explanation of etiopathogenesis of CML. CML, it is a middle age group of the patient. Male are more commonly than female it is affected. And another important fact regarding this, that CML incidence rate is about 20% in the population, and most commonly your patient present with the feature of unexplained fever, weight loss, anorexia, night sweating. All these features are due to the hypermetabolism, and this is associated with the splenomegaly, which is very much massive. Massive splenomegaly is seen in case of CML. So you must differentiate a case of massive splenomegaly when you examine your patient. So there are many possibility of massive splenomegaly, in which CML is one of them. In some of time splenomegaly is so massive that it undergo infarction and may lead to the acute pain abdomen. As the disease progresses, the leukocyte count will be increased much more. There may be chance of bleeding tendency because of there is thrombocytopenia. Infection maybe occurs in various viral or bacterial infection. Recurrent attack may be happen. Your patient is progressively anemic, and there may be chance of hyperuricemia. So there may be possibility of joint pain even as the disease progress. Because of hyperuricemia, gout may be developed. So in this way, the clinical presentation generally we focus on unexplained fever, weight loss, anorexia, night sweating, followed by bleeding tendency, infection, and on examination there is presence of massive splenomegaly. This may suspect a case of CML, but confirmation will be made by the laboratory diagnosis. So CML is presenting in this like this. The diagnosis is made by the clinical features as well as laboratory findings. So in laboratory findings, we will find that the hemoglobin concentration no doubt will be decreased. Your patient is anemic. RBC morphology will be normocytic and normochromic, and few sometimes normoblast can be seen in the peripheral blood smear. But the most important aspect for the diagnosis of CML will be on WBC. So WBC shows that the total count will be increased, and it will be increased more than 1 lakh per cubic mm. It may be 2 lakh also, but that is very high. And if you do the differential count, will be find that there is segmented neutrophil is seen in the differential. Will be find the immature cell as well as some of the cells like myelocyte and metamyelocytes are dominantly present in the peripheral blood, which should be not present in a normal individual. But the cells like myelocyte and metamyelocytes are very dominantly seen in the peripheral blood. Few myeloblasts may be seen, but their count will be less than 5% or even less than 2 to 5%. It is less as in contrast to AML, where the myeloblast count is much more. It is more than 20% for the diagnosis in case of AML. So in this way we able to differentiate CML from AML by these laboratory findings. Another important finding in the blood will be in case of CML that the basophil count will be increased, and it will be up to the 10% or even in the more than 10% in the blastic phase. So बेसोफिल का बढ़ना ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट है. वैसे ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट बेसोफिल नॉर्मली 0% होता है ब्लड में, लेकिन अगर बेसोफिल बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रहा है CML में तो इसका एक सिग्निफिकेंस भी है. इस सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है कि इट इंडिकेट that your patient is now ready to transform or introduce into the plastic phase. Actually CML has got 3 phase. जो प्रोग्रेशन होता है डिजीज का, इट इज़ ए प्रोग्रेसिव डिजीज. onset is very much insidious. So a patient of CML can be present in 3 phase. One is chronic phase, जिसके अभी हम लोग बात कर रहे थे. जितना भी फाइंडिंग होगा, जो भी क्लिनिकल फाइंडिंग है, that is in the chronic phase. Another is in the form of, so we are talking about the different phase of a case of CML. The CML may be of 3 phase, have 3 phase. One is chronic phase, another is accelerated phase. So this is the phase when we observe that in the patient the splenomegaly is going to progressively enlarge and enlarge. The blast cell in the bone marrow is going to increase. It is about 10 to 20%. Anemia is going to more marked. Basophil count is also increases, and it is about more than 20% even. Plasma platelet count is going to decreases, and there is a massive increase of lymphocyte count in the blood. So this type of presentation or laboratory finding if present in case of CML, that phase will be known as accelerated phase. So in this phase you must have to take a special care to the patient. Another dangerous phase sometimes seen in case of CML, and that is known as blastic phase, as it is clear from the name that in this situation the blast cell in the bone marrow and blood is going to increase, and it is about more than 20%, just like a case of AML. I think you know this fact that in AML the most diagnostic finding was what? The presence of myeloblast in blood and bone marrow इज मोर देन 20%. ऐसा है तो हम लोग AML सोचते हैं. एक ऐसा फेज इसमें भी आता है CML में कि जस्ट द पिक्चर इज जस्ट लाइक AML ड्यू टू द डोमिनेंसी ऑफ माइलोब्लास्ट. सो दिस इज नोन एज ब्लास्टिक फेज. दैट इज अ मोर डेंजरस फॉर्म ऑफ सीवियर फॉर्म ऑफ CML. बट इन कंट्रास्ट टू AML, जो AML में जो माइलोब्लास्ट होता है, ऑल्दो द नंबर इज मोर देन 20% इन बोथ कंडीशन AML एंड CML, but the most important differentiating point in the myeloblast is that in the myeloblast of AML all rods is present, but here the myeloblast of CML, blastic phase of CML, all rods are generally not seen. So this is the differentiating point between the myeloblast of CML and myeloblast of AML. Other laboratory finding that platelet count will be normal or decrease or even increase also. So this has no so significance, but as the disease progresses, there may be decrease in the platelet count that may lead to the bleeding tendency. Another important finding that is seen in case of CML, that is known as neutrophil alkaline phosphatase level, NAP score जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं, न्यूट्रोफिल अल्कलाइन फॉस्फेटेज स्कोर, NAP स्कोर. इट इज़ वेरी मच डिक्रीज इन केस ऑफ CML, बट इट हैज़ गॉट मोर सिग्निफिकेंस in case of to differentiate CML from the Lechmoid reaction, in which the NAP score is very very high. So another metabolic defect like the uric acid sometimes increases due to the hypermetabolism or due to the production of large number of cells of leukocytes, and vitamin B12 level is also going to increase. So this type of laboratory findings is going to seen in case of a patient of CML. The most important finding is what? In the laboratory finding, what is the most important finding for the CML, for the diagnosis? Number one is presence of anemia, presence of leukocytosis, large number more than 1 लाख, डिफरेंशियल काउंट में बेसोफिल का बढ़ना, और साथ साथ माइलोसाइट्स एंड मेटामाइलोसाइट्स का डोमिनेंट वे में प्रेजेंट होना ब्लड में, टोटल काउंट ल्यूकोसाइट का बढ़ा होना, बेसोफिल का बढ़ा होना, NAP स्कोर का घटा होना, ये सब जो है दैट इज़ ए फेवरेबल फॉर द डायग्नोसिस ऑफ CML. दिस इज सफिशियंट, बट इफ इट इज डिफिकल्टी देन वी शैल टेक अनदर help. If the facility is available, then we shall go for the cytogenetic study. In cytogenetic study, what will we do? We try to identify or demonstrate or try to see the presence of Philadelphia chromosome and BCR ABL gene that is identified by the PSR technology in the laboratory, and that is the confirmatory diagnosis for CML, because it is 90 to 95% it is positive in case of CML. Sometimes we do bone marrow examination for confirmation of the diagnosis of CML. In the bone marrow, we find that the bone marrow is hypercellular, cellularity is going to increase. The myeloid series is very much hyperplastic, and they are very much hyperactive and hyperplastic. So certainly the AME ratio will be increased. The erythroid series is generally normoblastic, and in the bone marrow we will find that there is infiltration or there is a presence of myelocytes and metamyelocytes in the bone marrow. So platelet count, the megakaryocytic series, it is going to decrease. So in this way the bone marrow picture is very much suggestive for the diagnosis of CML. कभी कभी हम लोग को CML के केस में डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस भी करना होता है, बिकॉज द प्रेजेंटेशन इज वेरी मच सिमिलर टू अदर कंडीशन लाइक सम ऑफ द डिजीज रिलेटेड टू द अदर माइलोप्रोलिफरेटिव डिजॉर्डर. ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट CML इज ए पार्ट ऑफ माइलोप्रोलिफरेटिव डिजॉर्डर. तो कभी कभी CML दूसरे माइलोप्रोलिफरेटिव डिजॉर्डर से डिफ्रेंशिएट करना रहता है. अदर माइलोप्रोलिफरेटिव डिजॉर्डर लाइक पॉलीसाइथीमिया वेरा, माइलोफाइब्रोसिस, एसेंशियल थ्रोम्बोसाइटोसिस, तो इस सब केस से भी हम लोग को डिफ्रेंशिएट करना रहता है CML को, बिकॉज दे आर ऑल आर इंक्लूडेड इन माइलोप्रोलिफरेटिव डिजॉर्डर. सो इन द इफ यू सस्पेक्ट पॉलीसाइथीमिया वेरा, तो पॉलीसाइथेमिया अगर भेरा हम लोग से डिफ्रेंशिएट करना रहे तो हम लोग देखते हैं कि पॉलीसाइथेमिया भेरा में आरबीसी का काउंट बहुत बढ़ा रहता है और साथ साथ हीमोटोक्रिट लेवल भी बहुत बढ़ा रहता है, जो कि CML में नहीं होता है। तो इससे हम लोग डिफ्रेंशिएट कर लेते हैं। थ्रोम्बोसाइटोसिस से कैसे डिफ्रेंशिएट करेंगे हम? ये भी एक माइलोप्रोलिफरेटिव डिजॉर्डर है। तो थ्रोम्बोसाइटोसिस में तो प्लेटलेट काउंट बहुत ही बढ़ा रहता है, जबकि CML में प्लेटलेट काउंट या तो नॉर्मल रहेगा या घटा रहेगा या बढ़ा तो नहीं के बराबर रहता है। उसी तरह कभी कभी हम लोग माइलोफाइब्रोसिस से भी डिफ्रेंशिएट करना रहता है, तो उसमें ये सारे सेल्स जो हैं आरबीसी या प्लेटलेट या WBC ये सब काउंट घटा ही रहता है, जबकि CML में ल्यूकोसाइट काउंट बहुत बढ़ा रहता है। तो इन दिस वे वी आर एंड बाय द कोरिलेटिंग द अदर क्लिनिकल फाइंडिंग्स we are able to differentiate CML from the other myeloproliferative disorder. But the most important CML का DD जो बनता है that is from the leukemoid reaction. So you must know something about the leukemoid reaction. As the clear from the name that leukemoid reaction is a reaction. It is a reactive leukocytosis in which the clinical presentation and sometimes the laboratory findings are very much similar to the finding of CML, but it is certainly it is a reactive condition in the reaction of severe infection, septicemia or malignancy, disseminated malignancy, or sometime in the burn, in the hemorrhage, in the bleeding condition. So in this stressful situation, there is sometime the total count in the blood will be going to increase, and increase in such a way that it is just like a laboratory findings of CML. So this create a confusion, but by taking the clear history examination of the patient, we are certainly able to differentiate leukemoid reaction from CML. Like this, all of you know that leukemoid reaction are generally associated etiology से पता चल जाता है कि वो इन्फेक्शन से होता है, बहुत सारे बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन से, या सेप्टिसीमिया या बर्न ट्रॉमा का इंजरी का हिस्ट्री रहे, जो कि CML में ऐसा नहीं है. CML is a malignant proliferation is going to happen in the myeloid series. Second point, that in case of CML, you know that it is a cytogenetic study that shows that it is associated or it is characterized by the presence of Philadelphia chromosome and fusion genes like ABL, BCR gene, so BCR ABL gene. So this is not seen in case of leukemoid reaction. Another important difference in the point, that is the NIPE score. In the NIPE score in the CML it is going to decrease, but it is very much high in case of leukemoid reaction. Similarly, anemia, thrombocytopenia, they are generally not seen in case of leukemoid reaction, but it is present in case of CML. Thrombocytopenia as well as anemia is very much markable here. ल्यूकोसाइटोसिस का जहाँ तक सवाल है, तो ल्यूकोसाइटोसिस CML में बहुत ज़्यादा रहेगा, more than 1 लाख टोटल काउंट विल बी सीन. बट इन केस ऑफ ल्यूकेमोइड रिएक्शन ल्यूकोसाइट तो बढ़ा रहेगा, लेकिन उतना नहीं बढ़ा रहेगा. इट इज़ रिमेन बिलो 50,000 और 60,000. सो इन दिस वे, another important point, that toxic granules will be seen in case of infectious condition in the leukemoid reaction, but it is absent in this condition. स्प्लीनोमेगाली की जहाँ तक बात है, बहुत मासिव होता है किसमें, CML में, but it is not so markable in case of leukemoid reaction. So in this way, by taking the clear history, well examination in proper ways, in methodical way, and taking the laboratory findings, after correlating all these things, we are certainly able to diagnose a case of CML, and certainly we are able to differentiate CML from the AML. AML से भी हम लोग अलग कर सकते हैं by observing the myeloblast number. Number 2, it can be differentiated from the leukemoid reaction. इससे भी हम लोग अलग कर सकते हैं. And other myeloproliferative disorder like polycythemia vera, essential thrombocytosis and myelofibrosis. These are the other myeloproliferative disorders to which the laboratory findings is resembling with the CML, but after proper examination and specific finding, we are certainly able to differentiate CML from the other myeloproliferative disorder also. So this is all about CML. In case CML, no doubt, it is more common among the leukemia. It is most commonly seen in the adult middle age group. All of you know that for leukemia में हम लोग देखते हैं कि जहाँ ALL बच्चा में ज़्यादा होता है, AML हर एज में होता है, CML मिडिल एज में होता है, वहीं CLL क्रोनिक लिम्फोसिटिक ल्यूकेमिया जो होता है ओल्ड एज में होता है। तो ये से भी बहुत हद तक दोनों रिलेशन है। आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ डायग्नोसिस वी जनरली गिव द ट्रीटमेंट सिम्टोमेटिक एज वेल एज सब एंटी कैंसर ड्रग like Melphalan, Busulfan, Cyclophosphamide, Hydroxyurea. These are the drugs. They are used in a regime condition, in a regime way, and your patient is recover even, or even it take much more time to completely recover, or sometimes the prognosis become very bad when it is transformed into the blastic phase or accelerated phase. So this is about all about CML. In the next class we shall start another myeloproliferative disorder like polycythemia vera and essential thrombocytosis. So we shall discuss in later on.